Hey there. How is it going? I am starting an affiliate push. I don't know what exactly that entails, aside from me actively begging people to watch, but I'm actively begging people to watch on the Discord. Let's lower the music a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. So I'm reopening some Gundam cards. Hey, Bandito. Before I open Gundam cards, look at my cool Relicanth. Got it a long time ago, but I never showed it off. Or if I did, I forgot. It's Relicanth. He's just an old fish. He's a grumpy old fish that hits stuff with his head. He's awesome. I love Relicanth. That's like the only Pokemon card I bought. Just a fish. Power Ranger fish, exactly. So Friday I played my One Goose War deck because the ban list is this Friday. So it's the last time I could use like the double gyms. Let's see if I can find the post I made in Roomba's chat about it. Actually, I can look at the other one. That would be a little more descriptive. So I went 2-2 with the One Goose War, which is a blue-green rush deck with Toggies instead of Zex. Or Zex instead of Char. And Zex links instead of Char links. The first game was against a CB player. And he bricked pretty hard. He also forgot to draw off of one of his card effects, and I didn't tell him. Which was a little bit mean. But whatever. The second game was against Cyber New Type, red blue Cyber New Type. I got him down to his last card, but I kind of ran out of gas and I just couldn't hit him to finish it off. I have a hard time being that guy. He has a good deck. I learned I've been misreading the card Banshee Norn this entire time. Let me grab it real quick and show you guys what I mean. First of all, sorry about that. First of all, Banshee Nord is like a level 6 guy. And it has a great effect. When it's linked and attacks, you shuffle 12 cards from your graveyard back into your deck. And then it can swing again. It restands. And it gets first strike, meaning it attacks before the opponent does. And the Merida card is a 2/1, so it's a level 6 7/5 that can just kill stuff. If anything with less than 7 HP, it can just kill without taking damage. No swing back. I've been misreading it. I thought it only got first strike on the second swing, and that's obviously not the case. This effect activates the moment it attacks, and you shuffle in the cards. I realize every other time I've played, hey Fruits, how's it going? I'm talking about Gundam cards. Every other time I fought this card, it swung out a shield first. So I never realized it had first strike on the first swing. I've been well. I have been well. Thank you for asking. Actually, you know what? Let me turn on my light so you can see a little better. There we go. I was just talking about the last week Gundam locals. And my third game was against a green-white wing player, and I forgot that Amuro, that a paired grandpa gives +1 attack. So I could have cleared a base a turn, like with the 1 attack instead of 2, and taken a shield. I don't know if that would have changed anything. I got him down to like 1 shield, but like I couldn't quite finish it off. But I don't think I would have closed it out if I had been able to had him down 1 extra shield. I think like I got it with the breach or something. It's been a few days though, so I don't quite recall. There's a lot of variables in the game. And the last one was against a green-red Xeon Rush deck. So like we were both playing aggro Rush decks. And he had a board full of rested people and a Bao Ku out. Which level 4 or lower units can't do shield damage when you have a rested Xeon in play. And like all my guys were level 4. Yeah, Bao Ku. You can't read it, but it's when you have a roasted Xeon in play, it can't take damage from level 4 or lower units. So on my last shield, my second to last shield was I guess I should explain shields because I don't think Fruits knows the game. You have 6 shields, which are your life. And some cards have a burst effect, which means when it's knocked out of shields, most of them just go to the trash, but burst cards activate. And all the bases so far, when they're burst, you play them. So I had Nail Argama, which rests an enemy unit when it's deployed. So I managed to keep myself from taking damage by resting an attacker. And then the second effect of a shield when it's played as you draw, of a base when it's played as you draw a shield. So I drew my last shield, which was Zex Merquise, which is a pilot that links with Tallgeese's. And I had a level 5 Tallgeese in my hand like the entire game, but I never drew a Zex, so I never played it. So he had a full board. He had like 5 rested Xeon units. And I happened to get a linked Zex at the last moment. So I played that. He was level 5, so he could swing into a battle coup and take it out, and then I could just pick him off with other units. It was fun. It was a really fun game. It would have been much harder if I didn't have that level 5 unit. Which made me realize, in a deck, I really want to have level 5 units, even in a rush deck. So, I made that change into the deck I played Monday. But first, let me open the cards I got Friday. And we'll see what I pulled. Armory 1. It's a 6 HP base. When it's destroyed, both players draw 1. Or technically it's all players draw 1. So if you're doing like a 4-man game, everyone draws 1. A lot of people use it just because it has 6 HP. And the draw is nice. Giving your opponent a draw is not nice, but I mean, sometimes you have to make do. Hammurabi, it's a kind of it's a typical statted level 5 unit, and it links with Earth Federation, but it's in red. It's from G-Hooks. Shokyu, it's a League Militaire 2/3. Alvatore, when you have another UN or superpower block card in play, and this card's destroyed, you can play a 4/1 token. It's not a very good card, but the pilot's not a very good character, so it makes sense. Soshi, when you pay a cost for a unit effect, it gains attack. Red Dynamis, it does ping to a... You can rest this to do ping to a level 3 or lower unit. It's not used very often. The ping is nice. And if you don't have a pilot in play, it can't swing the turn it attacks. It's deployed anyways. So resting it isn't that big of a deal. But the Breach Dynamis is typically played over it. Trozum Gaius, it's a Neo Zeong Gelgug, meaning it's a 4/2. It's a level 4 cost 2, 4/3 with a generic link trait. Aerial Rebuild. You look at the top 3 cards of your deck and you return an Academy unit or command card to your hand and shuffle the rest in the bottom. It's just a good searcher for Academy. Kind of very high level. It's level 7, so it takes a long time for it to come out, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. World Distortion. If you have another UN card unit in play, you can bounce an enemy with 5 or less HP to the hand. There aren't very many UN units. There's like the Alatore, and there's a GN-X, and I think the GN flag. And that's it. So there's only 3. Most of the cards are superpower block. So it's actually very bad. Maybe later, if the what do you call it? If the ALS cards are still marked as UN, it could see some use, but as of now, it's not a good card. Also, the character sucks. So, Financier, it's a very expensive card to deploy a 3 AP base, HP base. I don't know the point. Like, I guess you could play it to, like, get rid of suppression and, like, last an extra turn. But I would think you would rather play a base. Gun Cannon 108 or 109, when it's linked, you can set a rested white base unit that's 4 or higher is active, is basically to restain the Gundam. It pairs with Kai and Hayato, which are 2 command pilots from the deck that aren't very good. I was talking to Lifrith when you activate a Darnafold command using an EX resource, you can draw 1. It's not very good. It's great when you can get it out and you have like 2 of them out and you play a EX resource. The Darnafold command cards use resources often. So it's not bad, but it's just underwhelming more than anything. And then my last card is a Banshee resource. Okay, pack 2. Garmin Stop. You can look at the top card of your deck and return it to the top of your deck or put it in the trash. Just screen filtering. Hindry, it's a 3/2 Academy unit. Azuma Colony, when it takes a damage, you can deal 1 damage to a weak unit. When it receives effect battle damage from a unit with 3 or less AP attack, you can deal 1 damage to it. So it's an anti-weenie card. Flat Militia, it's a 4/2. It's a 2/4, sorry, 2/4 blocker. It's another Lefrith, it's a good card. Backup, you can choose one of your units when it does battle damage to a level 5 or lower unit this turn. You can destroy it. It's not used very often. It sounds cool in concept, but it's just not very practical. Love good bears ports, yeah. Hip Heavy, it's a biplane. It's a 1/2 biplane. It's cute. That's all it is. These sorts of 1/2 weenies are kind of common and they're not very used because, like, while shields only have 1 attack, bases start off with 3. Like the base you start the game with has 3 AP, so you'd have to swing into it 3 times with this. Now there is a card, there is a red Mafty base called Valiant that when it's deployed you can give a unit to attack points. So you could in theory play Valiant. You could play this turn 1, turn 2 play Valiant and give this +2 AP. And then it can crack the ES base turn 2. Which is pretty good. Going first. And then you still have 1 AP to play another card. So it's just an all-in if you're playing like an all-in aggro deck, you can do that. Psycho Gundam GQ, when it's linked, you can, when damage from one of your units paired with a cyber new type destroys an enemy shield area card, choose one enemy with 5 or less AP to deal 2 damage to it. It's just a ping. It's a red ping. It's only when it's paired with Doom or Asame, who's a 2/1. It's not bad. You'd have to be making like a cyber new type deck, and there are better cyber new type cards. Marbit, all your League Militaire tokens get +1 attack. So all your Pinch tokens turn to 2/1s. Sword Impulse Gundam, when it's deployed, you can deal 1 damage to it and rest in a unit with 3 or less AP. Gundvolva, if it's destroyed on your turn and you have another Donna Ford unit in play, you can place 1 EX resource. It sounds good in concept, but it's just too many requirements to be truly viable. Encounter, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You can add 1 pilot to your hand and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. It doesn't see any use, but like if you have a very pilot necessary deck, I could see its potential. CB is the closest thing, but they have Alleluia, which searches that looks at it, adds a CV card to your hand from the top of your deck. So Alleluia kind of does a similar thing, it's just better. And then damage control, it does -2 AP if it's bursted, and if it's and its action step, its action main effect is during the turn you can make a unit take 3 less battle damage. Which is a good card if you need to keep your units alive. My first participation pack for the tournament, I guess my only one. Kind-hearted. This card's going for a lot because of Gunner tax. But basically you draw 1 and your units can't be destroyed from effect damage. Or effects. Not effect damage, but effects. So something like backup, it can't be destroyed by backup, because it just destroys. If they have a Psycho Gundam, and it does 2 AP damage and it kills something, it will destroy it. It's typically destruction by effects, not destruction by damage. Oh no, go. His arm came off. The anniversary resource. I'm on in the Quabley. I forgot I've been putting these in sleeves, so let me put this in a sleeve. So Sunday, I slept in. I didn't wake up in time. I woke up at 2:55, and the local starts at 3, so I didn't go. So I went on Monday to a different store. and I brought my Cyclops deck. But in the last minute, I subbed out a Yelgoog and a Camphor, which are both level 4 units with 4 attack and 3 health, for 2 Zeons, which is a level 6 unit that links with Sharp. And when it's paired with the Cyber New Type Pilot, or New Type Pilot, you deploy 2 arms tokens, and when it's destroyed, you can play a Rusted Zeon head token. So I inadvertently made my deck a very token heavy deck. What I really was doing by adding those 2 cards was just making it sure I had something that could swing into a Battle Coup. But my first match, let me pull up my list. First match was against the O blockers, and I lost. I just couldn't get over his unit's big fat butts. That was all there is to it. His units all had repair, and the O Resa unit, if a unit with repair attacks, if another unit with repair attacks, you can rest it with the O's effect. Or you rest something with the O's effect. So he was just resting. I could never build up a board because the O's would rest them all. And they'd get picked off. And because everything had repair, they got healed the next turn. Round 2 was against a clan deck from G-Quux. He bricked. He only drew pilots and like level 4 or higher units. And I kind of drew the nuts. I got like 2 or 3 2-1s in my starter hand. So I just was able to flood the board and take him out. Round 3 was against a Neo Zeong deck. I started off pretty good. I almost had him, but I kind of gassed out at the end. He got out Neo Zeong, and just I couldn't come back from that. I started drawing only bases too. Which is a problem. I could have played a bunch of bases to draw cards for my shields, but I wasn't. I don't like doing that, but I should have. And then round 4 was against a blue-white victory deck. He played a lot of Rick DS and other blockers, but I was able to just keep swinging over them, and eventually took the game. So I went 2-2 again. My only real goal in the locals is to win 2 so I can get 2 prize packs. Or really it's just to get two prize packs. That's my goal. The locals are $10. The packs are $5 or $6. So if I get 2, then I basically just paid for 2 packs and at the play, which is fun. About 4 or 5 games is my limit. I get kind of burnt out being around so many people and socializing after 4 or 5 people. So 4 or 5 games is a good thing. So I'm kind of happy my locals are smaller. But price pack 1. Just in battle, you can choose one of your units and everyone has to attack it if able. No, wait, not when able. They have to attack it if they attack. They could just not attack and the effect fizzles. But it might keep you alive. If you have a unit with a really fat butt, like Virtue Trans Am, who has 6 HP, it could maybe kill a bunch of stuff. Let me check Green Armor really quick. Okay. Borginon, it's just a Zaku, it's a gym, it's a 2-1. But it's in Militia. It's from turn A, which is good. Esperanza, if you deploy it from the trash, you draw 1. There's a few Vulture cards which lets you deploy stuff from the trash. It links with Anil L, who her link effect is if she does battle damage while linked, you destroy the enemy unit. And I think she's a 1/2, so this would be a 2/6 that could potentially draw you 1. Not a bad card. This only costs 2. Not bad. Za Sleeves, you can choose 1 unit and deal 1 damage to it when it's deployed. Core Booster 5 and 6, it's just a 3/3 that links with Sayla and Slugger. It's a white base card. Luna's Gunner's Warrior, it's a generic Minerva Squad trait with that's 2/4. Psycho GQ, Marbet, Sword Impulse, Gun Volva, Hikaruga MS. All your tokens get breach 1, which means that when they destroy a unit, they deal 1 damage to the enemy shield area. So 1 damage to a base, 1 damage to a unit. There's only like a few tokens that you actively swing with. Like you swing with like there's only a few tokens you actually swing at enemies with. Like the Gundam token from White Base and Tall Geese, maybe like the Math Tactics token, maybe the Orders Barbatos, but for most of them, you swing at shields with a token, so breach 1 is kind of a meaningless effect. And when it's linked with Jolly a Bull, all units at level 3 or lower, other than tokens, are deployed rested. So if you're running a rush deck that runs a lot of tokens, you'd be resting all your units, which means they could be swung into and killed on your opponent's turn. Or the upside of your tokens being breach 1, but you're usually attacking shields anyways with your tokens. Because most tokens only have 1 attack, or 1 health. And a lot of them only have like 1 or 2 attack. So sometimes you clean up with your tokens, but most of the time you're not. So the breach 1 is kind of a meaningless effect. Then a Zeonk. I think I described this already. No, I killed Guel. I only put it in a sleeve. Pack 2. Tokwon, when it's blocked, it can't take damage from level 4 or lower units. So basically, you're almost always guaranteed a swing into a base. Or you're almost guaranteed to not be blocked. It's a pseudo-high maneuver, which means a unit can't be blocked. They can still be blocked by like Silver Bullet and something like L Strike or some of the other big white blockers. Well, it can be blocked by anything, but it has +2 attack. And it's a Xeon unit. So if like you link it with a Gogoog, it's a 6-3. If you link it with the Big Row, it's a 7-4. And like you could kill the units. Basically, it can kill most blockers, and it doesn't take effect damage back from them. Neil L, I described it already. When it's linked, it does battle damage. You can kill something. Michael Trinity, when it's linked, you can deal 1 damage to a damaged unit. Industrial 7, you can exile a command from your trash and -1 AP something. It's cute. It gives your command something to do in the trash. Red Dynamis. Inspector, you can do 1 damage to all level 2 or lower units. So it kind of clears out tokens or weenies. It's only 1 cost, which is nice. It's also a Cyber New Type pilot. Victory Gundam. When it's destroyed, you can deploy a parts token. Curious Tail Booster, you can pair a unit paired with a Super Soldier pilot, and it can attack active, level 4 or lower. Indiscriminate Violence. You can choose 1 Academy unit. It can choose an active unit with 5 or less AP as an attack, and if you play it with an EX resource, you can choose 2 instead. It's also a Dawn of Fold command, so it works with the left or third. I think it's the I don't know. Ali Alsatias. When it's linked, you can bounce an enemy pilot. Wolgam. It has 7 HP base, but it takes 3 damage at the start when it's deployed. And for the first time a turn you pay a unit cost with 1 AP or 1 resource, you can heal it for 2. So it's good in a militia deck. Blocker turn A. It's when linked, you can if you pay an effect cost for a for a militia unit, it can restand a militia unit. And then a fract resource. My sort of participation pack. Hygog, which is what I'm looking for. Hygog's in O Gundams. So that's excellent. Hygog is when it's a generic Cyclops team trait, and when it's linked, you can deploy a rested Hygog token if you have another Cyclops team in play. Dahlia in the Kikaroga MS mode is my anniversary resource. So, not a lot of LRs, but I got a Xeon, which is always good. And I got a Hygog, which is what I wanted. So not a bad set of cards. So I got a GN-X to build. But first, I bought this little Final Fantasy XIV blind box. I don't recognize the outfits. I think they're from later in the game than I am. But they had it and I was there, so I bought one. So let's open it up. I guess I want the saucy elf boy. I think this is Orange Anger. I think he becomes a book user. In the game, where I am in the game, he still is wearing a potato sack and a mask. So I guess he gets out of his potato sack at some point. I call him OJ because his name is like Orange. Little book guy. I don't know. So now the GN-X. I ordered the effect parts for the GN-X. Yeah, he's Oranger. I call him OJ. He's from 14. He starts the game off in a potato sack, and at some point he switches out of his potato sack. Here, I'll give you guys an upskirt for the gooners out there. He's wearing shorts. Freaks. Quite the goal from the potato sack. I agree. So I ordered the GN-X, and then I ordered the effect kit for it, but the guy didn't have it in stock. He lost it, or he misplaced it in his home. It comes with the 007 sword kits and the O Gundam kits, or the GN-X parts. And he couldn't find it, so I ordered a different set, which was 00 Gundam and the kit part 6. And the listing said it was new, but the description says the parts are new, but the box has been opened and the GN-X kit parts have been removed. So it isn't actually two new boxes that'll be shipped. is a box and parts. And I feel misled. But it was also in the description. So I think it's my fault and I just have to suck it up and deal with it. I wanted the shield and the beam saber and the long rifle parts for the GN-X. And if the guy who I bought the original version from happens to find it, I'll buy a second one, and I can just give the 00 Gundam 2 big swords. Because I have the 00 Gundam. And I have the parts for it. And like this big sword clips onto one of the shoulders. So I can just put it on 2 shoulders. Also, I think I mentioned it in another stream, where I found the shield part for the Exia. It was in a bag. It was in its own separate bag in a that I didn't see. And I threw away by accident. Kind of weird that was on its own separate piece instead of on a runner. Yeah, it was the only like black piece in the entire set, so maybe that's why they didn't put it on a runner. I don't know. Looks like the only stickers are on the face and the GN drive, and I don't know where those 2 white stickers go, but I'm sure I'll figure it out when I'm building the kit. And my gun. I've always had like a sword jaw. I got TMJ as a kid, the joint issue where my jaw would click and pop. And then it kind of stopped as I grew up. But recently my jaw has been sore because I had a fight with my leasing office and it stressed me the fuck out. I started grinding my teeth. And I'm calmed down a lot from that event. But I still catch myself grinding my teeth a little. And my jaw is still sore. It looks like the GN drive on the back isn't white. It should be white. And that's a big piece to paint. So I probably won't paint it. Looks like these white stickers go on the feet. So let's start by building the chest. And by that, I mean taking this GN drive sticker and putting it on the curved piece in the center of the kit, which always looks great. That's sarcasm. It almost always looks like trash. Grab a toothpick because I don't have a spare one. Okay. It doesn't look too bad. Let's put on the sticker on the face and build the head. Sorry, I'm still getting used to building stuff on stream, so I do a lot of it kind of over my lap, off camera. Here is the face. There's the top of the head. And I think that's it. I think it's just a two-piece head. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I want to paint the back or not. I guess I can take a look at it. I can try. From how Roomba does it, I don't know. They're just built different. Also, yeah, these stickers go on the feet. Also, a pro tip I picked up a while ago is to save these leftover sticker sheets, because oftentimes you can cut out the eye part and like put them behind you can cut out squares and put them behind clear pieces to make them more shiny. You're nearsighted, so you do it with your guys stuff. I'm also nearsighted, and I also build with my glasses off, but my right eye is more 20/20 than my left eye. My left eye is trash. My right eye is better at far away. So I guess I use my left eye more because I'm nearsighted, so I can focus stuff up front if it's in my face. Which means I probably won't need reading glasses as I get older. I hope you're enjoying the meal music. I don't know if I should like message the seller of the O Gundam and say I was expecting to get the whole part set, because he did clearly state it in the description, and it was just his usage of new, which clearly says unopened as part of the descriptors of new. Like part of the definition of new on eBay is unopened. So it's like 90% my fault and 10% him misusing the word new, I think. And if anything can be done about that. I don't think there is. I think I just have to suck it up and deal with it. I've been putting the wrong pieces together. Sellers off guidelines. I don't even know what I would say to him. I'd be like, look, I understand your description was clear and I misread the description, but I feel like your usage of the word new was not fair because the box was in fact opened. I don't know what I want. I like the parts where he doesn't have them. He sold those already. So what's my end goal here? What am I complaining for? A partial refund? Could I have like a couple bucks back to make me feel better? Is like that what I'm asking for? To have like $3 returned? Am I gonna raise this thing over $3 fucking bucks? It'll make me feel better, but will it? I don't want to do a return because I want the parts. I mean, I guess I could do a return. I didn't particularly want Double O Gundam. I don't like it as much as Exia, but it's not a bad unit. And the 7 sword is pretty cool. It has a big sword. It's stupid and lopsided, which I like in a Gundam. I mean, I also like symmetry in the Gundam. I like Double O Quanti Full Saber because it has 2 things on its shoulders. I don't know. I don't know where my end goal is basically what I'm really getting at here. Let me pull up the guide because these 2 parts look identical almost, but they're different enough that I need to know. So 3 and 4 are the leg joints. 1 and 2 are the arm joints. Oh, thanks. There's the titular X of the Jinx, the GN-X. The cockpit of the GN-X is in here, and it looks like the lower section, this part, the two antennas in this white crotch piece should be able to launch off as an escape pod, but I don't think it's ever shown in the series. I might just leave a positive review and mention that the description was, while clear, the use of new was misleading, and gave him kind of a positive but like buyer beware score. Because like the product is fine. He shipped it fast enough. I try to not ding them on the courier fuck ups because that's out of their control. I'm paying for my past mistakes. This is my redemption song. I need you more than ever right now. Can you hear me now? 'Cause we're gonna shout it loud, even if our words seem meaningless. It's like I'm carrying the weight of the world. I wish that some way somehow that I could save every one of us. But the truth is that I'm only. Here's the GN-X. Cute little kit. I wish I could give it a big long rifle and a beam saber and a shield, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna message the guy who lost it and say, if you find it, please message me before you put it up, because please message me and let me know you relisted it, because I still want it. I think I'm just gonna try to buy the part set separately. But that's all I had planned for today. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I will probably stream next Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Depends when Kai is streaming. I mod for Caro JPEG. They stream in the afternoon. They stream at like 1:30. Which shouldn't be a problem for me waking up, but it is sometimes. So I try to stream on days they're not streaming. If they keep the schedule, I will stream on Wednesday. I will have a box of GDO5 to open, as well as a few packs. And then the week after that, I will start the Double O Gundam. I have to figure out who I think I know who I'm going to rate this to. Yeah, I'll see you later, Bandito. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I know there's a few lurkers. I don't know if they're still around. Twitch is saying they're not around, but I still appreciate them stopping by nonetheless. I think they're mostly in the UK, so they probably have to go to bed. And also, I don't know if a card opening stream for a game they don't play is very interesting. But I think I'm gonna raid into Jack. Because while Jack is a bit antagonistic sometimes, I do like him. So here's a raid message. Use an emote if you'd like. Your choice. perfect. Because it's rare that I do that. Twitch tells me they're coming live. And also they don't stream as often as they used to. I think life and stuff kind of gets in the way. I don't know their story. I don't know all the Jack lore. But I do still like them. I like when they come around. Even if they're kind of trolls. And that's the perfect time to end because the song just ended. So I will see you